to send your child, a teacher or whoever greets that child when you first take them to school, and they have to be confident in their head that you're sending a potty trained child. All right, nobody talks about it, but that's the basic foundation of making sure your child is being able to be educated. Now, in Ethiopia, if 90% of the people don't have access to basic sanitation, you're talking about a situation that's very similar to the situation that I just described. Everything that Cordano, everything that all these people want to accomplish can not be accomplished if this sanitation issue is not taken care of. None of it will happen. I don't bring this up because it's a very hard issue to bring up. You know, I don't hesitate in some ways, but I will tell you this, my friends. This situation of the combination of the illness that people have from lack of sanitation and the daily illness like the dysentery and the diarrhea and stuff like that, right? You combine that with the fact that these children, 20%, baseline in Africa, folks, is that 20% of the children are stunted. Their brains and their bodies are not going to grow to the extent. That is a Holocaust, people, that's akin to someone dropping a biological weapon upon your population.
Well, the whole thing, like,
that is what that is akin to.
Yes.
Dropping a biological weapon upon your population. That's what that's akin to.
I can't tell you if you switch. I can't tell you if you switch.
So that means that if you do not deal with this issue, you don't deal with this situation, none of your other plans are going to come to fruition because I know enough of us have done research into European history, and we know European history until they got that sanitation issue dealt with.
Yes. That's why I can't.
You didn't want to go to any major European city, particularly all of the cities that they say are the highlight cities now. The place like Vienna, Paris, France, London, New York City. Before they got the sanitation issue together, you did not want to set foot in any one of those premier places they're premier now. But before they had that sanitation issue together, they were not even in the realm of true civilization without doing the sanitation. So I have to be very careful, y'all. And one of the reasons why I'm going to have Daud to come in and do more of the speaking to people is because what I really want to do is grab Hoskinson by the throat, shake him, and tell him, your Africa special didn't mention the 90 million people that don't have access to a toilet. Damn the schools and all of that. If you don't do this, everything that you're trying to do, you're not going to be able to grow all this stuff across Africa if 20% of the people are not going to be able to even be educated. Their brains are stunted. It's illness that's going rampant. You're not going to be able to do this. But as per the course, everybody's ignoring this, and they're thinking that all we have to do is bring these things to Africa and everything's going to be okay. It won't be okay. So what do I have to do? I have to fade back, and I have to let people like Daud go.
One on bridge.
I told you, Nelson, I'm very good, man, at really making assessments. You don't need to be talking to average people. You're too smart and you're too blunt. And you should leave regular people alone, man. All right? Richard, leave regular folks alone. All right? And I don't need to be talking to the leaders and those type of people. I don't need to be going to talk to them. I have to let somebody else. I'm too close to it. I'm not of the nature now. I'm still not of the nature where I can hold back on foolishness. I'm still. So I have to let somebody else do that.
A lot of the people that we see in these communities, and I think that Hoskinson is in that grouping, merit-based, love science, want solutions. And I think, that if they really can grasp, the advancement that we're talking about, because, even our Western sanitation is not really a solution.
It's not.
It's just
It's terrible.
Flushing away the problem, right? Not dealing with it. So to say that at this time in science and technology, that we have a biotechnology method that turns this problem into a resource, into a really valuable outcome, it's amazing, you know? And if people can't see the merit of that when it affects, you know,
2 here.
It's going to be, 7.5 billion people now going to 9 million or whatever it will be, and we have to have the right answer to this. And it is a source right now of a tremendous amount of climate change gases, right? As this is badly being dealt with all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, I also felt that the same proposal, this same proposal, could be now for the X Prize, for Elon Musk.
Yeah, it could.
The sponsor of the X Prize for the carbon removal, and it was just announced, a couple of days ago. And I think that just for our sake too, and again, brings more interest. And what would you say if you said, well, we have a human waste solution that SpaceX is going to use in Mars? That gives it a different light, right?
Yes, it does.
You would want that one, right? Because that's
yes, it does.
Space age and must be very advanced and not something you're going to be embarrassed about,
You bring up a good damn point, man. He's talking about sending people to space. What are they going to do with the ship? Nobody's brought that up. Daud, have you heard about what Elon Musk is going to do with the ship? Have you heard what he's going to do with it?
No, I haven't.
Anybody heard what he's doing? What is Elon Musk going to do with the ship? What is he going to do?
So the practices, the plan, right? They want to put it into practice, and I think they're damn serious about it. But within even 10 years, they have 10,000 people on Mars, right? I don't know if that was 10,000 people by 2035 or something like that. Right. And hundreds of launches per year to move the material. Of course, we do want to talk about the space program, SpaceX and others, in terms of getting materials into space with our airship instead of with rockets. But the ultimate, purpose that I would see.
Yo, wait! I can't use your bro.
What are we going to do with the carbon removal? Okay, so you remove carbon. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to, sequester? Right. That's the term. Has to be not able to get back into the environment, which is actually kind of difficult to do, but not if you send it off planet. So the very best proposal, this is my proposal, sort of announcing it right now, saying let's do it together. It's to generate propellant. Propellants are carbohydrates. What Elon wants to do is create methane fuel on Mars. Well, that's what we can generate, from...
All right, I got something here, y'all. Here's somebody asking Elon Musk. He says, Elon, very nice to meet you. My name is Aldo. And 3 weeks ago, I was at Burning Man in the Nevada desert, right? And it felt like I was on Mars. It was a dusty storm, and it was really cold at night. And there was no water. But there was one problem with Burning Man. With a population of only 75,000, there was a lot of shit. And there was no water to take it into the rivers. Which is kind of what we do today in our current sanitation system. So I was like, is this what Mars is going to be like? Just a dusty, waterless shit storm?
That is funny.
That's some good stuff right there.
So I was like, but Elon, are you working on a sustainable sanitation? Are we going to have a toilet in Mars that doesn't use water? Today on Earth, there's 3 billion people that don't have access. Must answer it, guys. I actually have to say, we have to keep it to no essay questions. All right. Are you working on a toilet for Mars?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
think Mars actually has a huge amount of water and water ice. So I don't think we'll really suffer a water shortage on Mars. The main thing about Mars is going to be energy. If you have energy, there's plenty of water because there's massive amounts of ice. So it's really just about getting huge numbers of solar panels out there and potentially doing geothermal energy. And, you know, ultimately, I think assuming the public is receptive, there might be nuclear. I think certainly if we built nuclear on Mars, as whether you transport nuclear to Mars would be, kind of, this dude tried his best not to address the shit. He did not address the shit issue, not one iota, man.
Yes, but
that also demonstrates that when you have a organic problem, right? You have an organic issue, and you try to bring physical, chemical, and if that's not good enough, you're going to bring nuclear energy.
He's gonna burn up the shit, man.
When in fact you have
radiate.
He's gonna nuke it.
You have to use nature's solution for an organic system.
Yeah.
It's not nature doesn't know how to do it, but you see, people don't turn to learn from nature, and so that's where our proposals are stellar, right? They are stellar. Stars. And also people don't understand about food. That dead food, if you're eating food that's 3 months old, 2 weeks old, even 3 days old, you know what? The nutrient value to your living cells is really bad. And I hear about some digital people saying they're gonna print food.
Oh my god!
Goodness.
Because
that's growing.
Gonna know the molecular construction of that food. Now, we create some synthetic, vitamins like salicylic acid, right, which is vitamin C, synthetic version. All of these kind of synthetics are a poor copy of what nature actually provides, because in nature, those vitamin C are coenzymes, extremely complex. You don't take a little snippet of it and think, oh, you got captured the whole thing. So this is where the problem is, that people in science and tech are always underestimating life. So real life, right? Real life is infinitely complex. You just have to look into the actual structure of the RNA and the DNA. And there's all, when they map the genes, the genes are like stars in a black sky, like black matter all around. And they say, but what's all this other stuff, in the genetic strand? And they say, well, we don't know.
DNA.
We don't know what that is.
Well, but you know what? It's the programming for our cells. So the fact is, we can't identify what it is. We only identify the hubs of the genetic code system. So the actual intelligence is embedded, deep into this billion years of evolution. And so when they say they're going to make it or print it, or good luck with that. Good luck with having a healthy community on Mars. If you're printing the food, no, you're gonna have to grow. You're gonna have to grow the food. So what do you have to do is bring an ecosystem, right, to Mars. There's no other way to support life except with life.
Yeah,
it's life support. It was mentioned. I was connected with the NASA program, the CELS program. They called it the Closed Ecological Life Support System. So we can honestly and honorably propose to the carbon removal program that the very same way they should deal with their waste carbon on Mars is to do what I'm proposing to do on Earth, right?
Wait a minute, man. Let's ask this question, man. You were at Mars. You were at NASA for how long? How long did you work over there?
I wasn't at NASA. I was attached to the CELS program through our Canadian National Research Council.
But for how long?
A couple years, and that program was curtailed, right? Was terminated. Right. Was terminated around, I don't know, 93, 94, something like that.
Did anybody ever bring up what we're going to do with the shed?
Yes. In those ecological systems, it was well understood that you've got to recover all the organics out of the waste, human waste. And again, this is something where people are really hesitant to talk about this. It is a taboo. That you recycle waste back into food. So, and throughout the world, many cultures have used human waste to grow their food, and it is not something to be done lightly because there are pathogens in human waste that you have certainly to watch out for. And my feeling about it is that there's always a 7 steps, they say, is the right number of steps. Why 7? I don't know. But that any waste, like, so all organic systems produce waste, right? Bacteria produce waste. Mm-hmm. That's human beings, animals, plants, every living thing has an ingesting and an expelling, right? And that expellant, is some kind, secondary metabolite. That's another way they describe it, because that's waste. Yeah. But you know what? That's food for some other thing, living system.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do is distance yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to be cannibalistic, right?
Right.
We shouldn't be so close to eating what is from our own waste stream,
bodies, right?
From our own bodies. So what it does is the ecosystem, it goes through several organic steps and ultimately comes back to us in form of food. So if the black soldier fly larvae eat the waste, and then they're fed to the fish, and then the waste of the fish is used to do this or that, and ultimately
go to the worms. Yeah.
Ultimately, the nutrient come to the plants. The plants, ingest those colloids. Right at that point, they're the excrement of bacteria. That's what the plants absorb. Right? Is either these colloids that are given out as excreted by the bacteria, or they actually, the plant cilia, the root hair, reach out to biota and actually parasite. So when they touch this biota, right, this living cell,
right,
and it could be an animal cell, a protozoa, it could be an algae in the soil, it could be could be whatever kind of cellular, and those cilia touch that living cell. Well, they actually then take all the cellular composition, all of that complexity within the cell is actually tapped into by the root hair and absorbed into the plant.
Right.
That's what they call organic nutrient. Mm-hmm. That's why they say, it takes a living soil
to create more living soil.
Grow plants, right? Really healthy, strong plants are grown in a living soil because the plants are going to harvest these nutrients not from the soil, right? The plants don't have any capacity to take nutrient from the soil.
Right.
People say that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, they are taking nutrient from the living biota in the soil. It's a very big difference. And also the freely available colloids that are excreted by bacteria and that can be absorbed by almost any cell.
And that's why you can't just put plants in dirt. It has to be live
That's
inside
what,
that
it's
soil.
the same thing with the gut, the biota in our gut, right? When our food goes into our digestive system, you could say that, the common thing is, oh, the stomach's digesting this. No, the stomach is just preparing that organic material to be absorbed in the large and the small intestine, right? That's what the stomach does not digest your food. Some nutrients are picked up there, but most of them picked up in the gut, right? And what's in the gut breaking down those food components are bacteria in our gut. That's what they call, probiotics, right?
And that's why kids are stunted in Africa.
Good
because bad bacteria gets into their gut.
Some viruses are coming into the gut from the disease carrying, flies and other vectors, right? And so they disrupt the health of the gut, and then you can't absorb the nutrients, right?
Man, what does this say, man, about the state of things when somebody like Elon Musk, he couldn't even answer a basic question like that. All he had to say was we're going to flip it. All he had to say was we're going to repurpose it. That would have been enough. We went all around the world, ending up talking about nuclear.
Well, there's more
power.
Some that is living. Okay, we in the West now, we have this sort of it's almost like a syndrome. Is that the right? It's a kind of way in which we're educated to think that something that's organic is dangerous, and that the best thing you can do is destroy it. So we go out destroying life all over the world, right? We cut down the forests, destroy. Even our agricultural methods are destructive, right?
Yeah.
And we're pesticides, herbicides, and all kinds of sides, right? So we're like.
And I was just going to go there. That when we find that it's destructive, then we come with a synthetic model that is some sort of answer, and it's not. It's short-term answer.
And eventually suicide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, that's what a lot of Indian farmers discovered firsthand. They commit suicide when their historical way of life has been disrupted by Monsanto and others. Yes.
Aubrey, I couldn't have said it better, man. You get in with all these signs, eventually it's suicide.
So,
well, look, y'all, it's been a great meeting. I want to give everybody their homework. I got my homework. You know what I'm going to be doing. Daud and John, make that Kepler village, y'all.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
All right, I got it started already.
Yeah, make it, create it, man. Create that Kepler village, man.
I have to say about Elon Musk. He's got to stop his rocket ships from blowing up first before he can deal with shit. But go ahead.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to get on one of those rocket ships myself, man. But now that I think of it, man, I want to be. If the rocket does blow up, which is kind of likely, I want it to be a clean blow where I just die incinerated. I don't want to be hit with a face full of shit at the same time I'm blowing up. So, I don't think I'll be riding on one of his rockets, man.
Okay. Well,
you never know. I love to go to Mars, so I'm with
Same here.
We just need to make it a lively, life-sustaining place. That's all.
Yes, indeed, man.
When Richard was talking about the process, the process of organic, converted, I was thinking the word molecular filtration. Yeah, basically the nature, what the nature is doing is simply, just work on the molecular, atomic even level to make sure everything is cleaned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, recycled. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Aubrey. That's a good point, man. For nature, cleaning is recycling.
Yeah, that's the nature that does it all
Absolutely.
the time.
Yeah, Nature doesn't sweep something under the rug. It consumes it and transforms it into something better.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right, man. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so yeah. So I want to point out something for you, Gregory. The website. So you want the website to be hosted on my server or somewhere else? You haven't done your work.
Yeah, I mean, I set it up. I mean, I went to like, GoDaddy.
GoDaddy, yeah.
Yeah, I went to GoDaddy, and I think, Daud, didn't I set some stuff up over there for the website, man? I think I did, didn't I?
No.
You sent the information of GoDaddy as a platform, but what Aubrey helped us with was set up the actual place where the site can be constructed. And so that's why I've sent him on the material to get that started.
Oh, well, put it wherever you want to put it, man. I mean, put it wherever is you know to put
I
it.
sent you an email, remember? I sent you an email basically, change the DNS setting of your domain. So, enter those five entries, and then the domain will point to my server, and then we'll see it.
Daud, is that something you can do, man? Because I don't.
He walked me through it before when he was showing me, but he'll really need to show me again because that's really not my expertise. But I have no problem with trying.
Yeah,
right.
I can send you a link, to it will show you how to do it. Yeah, it's GoDaddy has the that support. Yeah, that page.
Yeah, that's creative.
Yeah, very
That's
simple.
That's fine. Man. Long as it gets out there, man. That's all I need to do.
Okay.
Well, what do I need to send you some money to do this? What I need to do this?
No, not for this. The hosting. Well, eventually I'll send you an invoice. Then
Okay.
we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
That sounds fine.
My cat is striking. Why do you do this to me? Hey, I have food.
I think your cat wants some of that fish that you got out there, man, in the PyraPOD.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, gentlemen, have a good evening.
Yeah.
Have a good evening, sir.
Yeah.
All right,
Nice
Mr.
talking to you all.
Have a great one. It's great hearing from you.
Look into those tax things, Aubrey and
Yeah.
Richard, please look into that tax stuff, man, so we'll know where we stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do.
All right. Great meeting, fellas. Do not ride a ship with Elon Musk, no matter